a bad year for balloons. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
Balloons, 1.5 million of them, caused quite a stir in Cleveland yesterday. It was part of a fundraiser for the United Way.
Do you like festivals?
Yeah.
Do you like balloons?
Hell yeah.
Well, you're going to love Balloonfest 86.
It all went off without a hitch. Everyone had fun.
Let me check my notes. No. Went horribly wrong.
Oh, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
A fail, some might say?
I would say it's a failure. Yeah.
A failure of the highest order.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Well,
Two of my favorite things.
Everything starts off with good intentions.
The best intentions. The road to hell is paved with them?
Yeah. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
I'm just saying this to just seem like I read a book once or
just once.
Or
read a quote.
Inspirational
on Instagram.
quotes. Yeah.
It's like
one or the other.
Exactly.
It was a festival, 1986. I feel like in the 80s too, everything was like, I feel like, like Hands Across America, 86.
Yeah. Everything's a giant campaign in the 80s to do good, to make some giant gesture, to entertain children, baby boomers, children.
It worked with music festivals, to raise money and
for sure. Comic relief, that was more 90s though, right?
Yeah. I think that was
big. People
late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I don't know.
Red Nose Day, I don't know.
Red Nose Day is like now.
That's now, right?
Yeah.
But that's a similar kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but Red Nose Day if it were Red Nose Day in 86, it would be like McDonald's presents Red Nose Day telethon plus sports park plus ball pit.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, damn, all right, I'll take my kids there.
And it's like I want to see a lot of balloons in the air. People like looking at balloons.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, let them
colorful.
go, right? And who cares what happens when we let them go?
They're accessories to the sky.
They're in the air now.
Yeah.
What goes up must not come down. It must stay up there and hang out.
We don't
Yeah.
care or worry about it.
Yeah.
Put some weird elements up there. Put some rubbers in the atmosphere.
Yeah. Gravity, what? Doesn't exist.
We just like to see that giant.
We watch
red-
the balloons leave. They look pretty, and then they're gone, and then we
they're out
wash
of our
our hands.
minds.
Yeah. No, they come down.
Oh.
They come down, and when you release like 1.5 million of them.
Whoa. That's a lot of balloons.
It could be.
Whoa.
It could be a lot.
That might be a problem. I'm not a balloon expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that's bad.
It's good intentions always. The United Way of Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, a lot of Ohio. We're spending time. It must be Ohio
the
week.
Most boring Midwestern state.
Yeah, a lot of
Here
Ohio going on.
What a different dimension.
Interesting. So
conspiracy?
We'll be
Not at
stinger.
all.
Maybe they're in the same
Laziness?
universe.
Absolutely.
We're referring to the Wednesday episode. If you
That's right.
want to go back and listen to
And
that,
we're actually not too far time-wise.
No,
from
not
the
at all.
Wednesday episode.
it's all happening essentially in the same universe.
Whoa! Look at us creating universes.
So the newspapers, the news cycle might be picking
Mary
up on both these.
Gillespie went to the Balloonfest with one of her many fuck buddies.
And then there was there's a letter in each balloon.
What?
Yeah, that's how it worked.
I know you, sicko.
So it was the United Way, raising money, doing a good thing, publicity.
Mm-hmm.
People love it. They wanted to release 2 million balloons.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, come on, guys.
Cut the shit, you guys.
Like one
We're
balloon,
not gods.
one balloon takes up space.
Yeah.
1.5. Did you see the trailer for the It movie?
Yeah.
Like even 10 of those balloons is like a lot of balloon,
It's a lot of balloons
and
in the
scary.
air.
Yeah.
Overwhelming, I would
So
say.
1.5 million over, Great Lakes. It's
Put some oils in
yeah, it
there,
was-
fossil fuels.
you have to ask the question, what happens next? Those balloons have to go
I
somewhere.
don't want to ask that question. I just want to see the pretty balloons.
Yeah.
Chill.
And the aftermath of it was bad.
So they were like, we're gonna release these 1.5 million balloons, and were they like regular balloon size?
Well, we're gonna get into that.
Oh.
I'm gonna get into
I'm
the
jumping ahead.
specifics of the balloons. Yeah.
Okay.
So it was publicity stunt.
Sure.
It was the company was Balloon Art. the company was Treb, and they were an LA-based
Treb.
company. LA thinks they know it all.
Yeah.
They're doing
Flashy
coke
ass
like
LA.
crazy. They're like,
they got
yo,
sunglasses, bikinis.
Byron, listen up, okay? Listen, balloons, 1.5 million over Cleveland, raising money, helping out.
And they're like, rad, sick, rad,
Yeah,
sick,
yeah.
sick,
Yeah.
sick. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah,
It's like their
Miami
major-
Vice is happening all over the
Oh my
place.
God. Like,
Yeah.
get into my BMW sports car
Yeah.
and drive on over to Ohio.
Yeah,
That
I think
how-
they
that
probably
happen?
fly from LA. I think they probably fly.
No, they gotta drive.
Okay.
Motorcycles.
That's a very long story we got going on here. So they prepared. They spent like 6 months preparing for it.
Just blowing up balloons.
So they covered some net, like one piece net, like a tennis rackety type thing, to hold the balloons in, and there's a public square in Cleveland where they did it from, right in the center, and then they had like about 2,500 students and other people filling the balloons with helium. So they're helium-filled balloons.
Students learning. It's a learning opportunity.
Help the United Way.
Sure.
Good cause.
Get those hours in
yeah.
if you know.
So they wanted to do 2 million. They're like, you know what?
Chill,
1.4 million.
Okay.
Was it a sweatshop of... It sounds like a sweatshop.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably super healthy to have a lot of helium, balloons, kids.
Yeah, kids were raising money for
service.
it. So you would buy like if you if you have $1, you can buy 2 balloons. That's what represented. So they raise money. Great.
That is very Red Nose Day.
Yeah, that's why I think
you're right.
Yeah. On September 27, 1986, rainstorm was approaching. They're like, let's do an early release of 1:50 p.m.
Quick, get these balloons into the atmosphere before the storm hits.
Yeah. So almost 1.5 million balloons came up above the public square, and there was a world record, I guess, by Disneyland on the 31st anniversary released. Yeah, they released more balloons than that.
Disneyland did it. Whoa, they were like, "Fuck you."
You know, I feel like some of these episodes come back to us sticking it to Disneyland.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, we should have a whole. We've done a lot of Disneyland stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of amusement park through line
playlist. Yeah. For sure. Disneyland, okay, so they released their own balloons with United Way or not?
No, they just
they were like
cash money.
They were like, fuck charity.
Yeah.
Disneyland does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. That's also very, like, the commerce of the 80s to be like, we're bigger, we're better.
Yeah, so they had helium-filled balloons made of latex. Mm-hmm. You know latex, right? You've heard of that. You've heard of that one.
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Have you, though?
Yeah. Latex,
Yeah, latex hat, latex guitar. I know all about it.
Latex. You're going to say latex cat.
No.
odd.
Yeah. So they would stay, they would like be fully deflated by the time it can't come, you know what I mean? Like everything, they worked out the science.
Sure.
Because it's going to fall down to earth. You know what I mean?
Comes up must come down.
Yeah.
That's Sir Isaac Newton.
So the rain and the storm was coming in, though.
And the rain's coming in.
And some of those balloons were still inflated.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And they just started, all the waterways were all clogged. Everything was jamming it up because they were full. Even, I mean, it's still, even if like deflated, it's still material.
Yeah.
1.5 million. But when it's full, it's more buoyant. It's taking up more space.
Uh-oh. Those balloons are causing some troubles.
Oh, yeah. We were just washing ashore. So it's just, beside the biodegradable, the non-biodegradable litter, when it's over, it's like, well, we saw the good part, now we walk away. You know what I mean?
No, they're like,
when I throw something
fuck the
out, it's like, what do I care? You know what I mean? So that's, I mean, in 86, you think
no, 86,
if you can't get people to care about,
they were like, we just want people
climate
on the
change
moon
now,
and balloons in the air.
Yeah, if you can't, if you have to convince people of climate change now, what do you think happened in 1986?
No, they were like, rubber's great for the environment. Latex everywhere in our public waterways is a great idea.
Me coal.
Yeah, exactly. Burn it
Petroleum,
down.
petroleum,
Burn it down.
petroleum.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think for charity.
Hey, listen, in 1986, what can go wrong with nuclear energy?
No, absolutely.
Absolutely. So
nothing.
That's in the mindset. And, in 1986, if I was there, I wouldn't. Why would I care? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I would stomp balloons myself into the mouth of a small endangered bird.
Yeah, it'd be like cool prank.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah. So there was things went awry. Two fishermen, Raymond Broderick and Bernard Sulzer, they went out on September 26th. They were missing on the day of the event. They found their boat anchored west of Edgewater Park. and the Coast Guard search and rescue helicopter couldn't find them because of all the balloons.
Oh,
so
man.
and when you're wearing wearing a
like a vest, like
a
safety vest,
like a flotation
flotation
thing.
device.
I don't know, what's the word? What's the right word?
You're thinking of a flotation
device,
water vest, flotation water vest device.
Right. When it's the same color as the balloons, what happens?
Just lost.
We can't see the people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So it made trouble actually finding people, and their bodies washed ashore.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Found them.
The United Way got sued.
Eventually, no shit.
Yeah.
Lawsuit.
Yeah. You have to assume that
They were like, the flotation devices shouldn't be the same color as our horribly detrimental to the environment balloons.
Yeah. Because we want to even LA, marketing company, and like I said, Byron's like, sell.
Yeah,
He's like,
do
it's
all for
charity.
profit, fun.
Yeah.
Sexy, fun kid times.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Win. Ruthless.
And probably some people were like, hey, where are all this stuff going to go? And he's like, where's what going to who? Right?
Yeah, and they were like, well, we'll go fuck ourselves.
And are those guys cool? Yes. They
Absolutely.
are cool.
They're very cool.
We know this.
Really nice hairlines, great jawlines,
they got
cool
padded,
cars,
sweat,
hot babes, minimalist
bikinis.
Apartments. We get it.
One piece of Nagel art.
smoke.
Yeah. It's so good. We're not trying to say these people are not cool.
No, we would never say that.
Yeah, so...
They did kill people, though.
The wife of one of the fishermen sued the United Way, sued a charity
Yeah.
for $3.2 million and later settled for an amount that was not...
Undisclosed.
Yeah, non-disclosed.
They were like, we want that Maserati. We want...
Now, do you like when animals are involved? Because I know you said you like to stuff one in the mouth of an endangered seal or something like
really
that.
just shooting myself in the foot here.
Their balloons landed in a pasture, and it's there was a bunch of Arabian horses.
Beautiful Arabian horses. Those horses are lovely.
Yeah. Well, they were freaked out. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah. What is this?
Balloons
foreign
popping and falling.
Horses don't like sweatshirts, much less a giant balloon coming
The
down.
United Way gets sued again for $100,000 in damages, undisclosed terms.
What happened to the horses?
If you had to take a flight from Berkeley Front Airport, well, they had to shut down the runway because just balloons were landing.
They're like, we need to stop. And everyone's like, we got to get home. And they're like, there's a bunch of balloons.
Imagine now you're in traffic. Cars are just crashing because there's just literally... Do you understand the size of a balloon, people? And times it by 1.5 million?
Oh my God, these balloons are like the birds.
1.5 million grains of rice is still a substantial amount of rice.
Yeah, that's a lot of rice. I could eat that in an evening, but it's still a lot of rice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel good.
Yeah. And of course, people are, the rubbernecking and stuff like that, causing
Sure,
accidents.
they're like, what? They're like balloons, like, bonk, bonk. It's... Balloons are coming into the sunroofs of these cars. Balloons are getting hit in the rear view mirrors. Pandemonium.
They did, though, break Guinness Book of World Records as the largest ever mass balloon release with 1,429,643 balloons launched.
Well, Disney, suck on that.
Yeah. They're like, nobody died that we're going to tell you about.
Yeah, we'll cover it up.
Yeah. We could have popped some of those balloons, though.
Yeah,
with the new Ghost Town enamel
pin.
pins.
Pop, 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 pop.
Pop, pop,
You know
save the
you can
day,
get them?
save the day.
You can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/ghosttown.
Pod.
Oh my God.
This is what you're out of the marketing.
Oh my God.
Byron would have fired you so fast.
I cannot, for the life of me, get this right. Patreon.com/ghosttownpod.
Yes.
That's
Thank you.
it.
That's it. It's a limited edition pin.
Pay us for me to finally learn this,
Yes.
and we'll send you a pin.
Yes, and you get the bonus episodes, and we're probably going to lose money on it, but we want you to have the pin.
Probably.
I guess, yeah.
Definitely.
We didn't factor in the shipping and handling cost. So
No, not at all. Why would we?
Why
Why would we do that extra
Why?
work?
So if you
I
wanna
can't
have a
even
cool
remember
pin-
the name. Yeah, come get a cool pin. $6.66.
We had
Ooh,
to.
baby.
Why couldn't the number of the devil be $30?
I know. Because that's the devil.
Yeah.
And we're his minions.
Yeah. So Go check that
Yeah,
out.
you benefit from that.
Yeah.
You benefit from cool Satan numbers.
Or you can message us at, what's our Instagram?
Ghost Town Pod.
And now I'm going to quiz you one more time. What's the Patreon?
Go patreon.com/ghosttownpod.
.gov.